So today we're going to talk about the collaboration, which means the working together of roots and leaves. When you look at plants, it seems that there's a special collaboration between roots and leaves. It seems like the leaves are directing the water down to the roots. So when it rains, the water goes right into the ground, right where the roots are growing. When it rains, the leaf has a certain shape that directs the water toward the roots. The roots collect the water with the root hairs that we learned about yesterday. The leaves direct it out toward the root tips so that the hairs can absorb the water. The leaves and the roots work together. They collaborate. Plants are very clever. They find different ways to get things done. Leaves direct the water with their shape right to those root hairs that absorb it. Let's look at another chart. So here, the water passes down the leaves, one to the next, 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 until it reaches the ground. And then the water can go to the root tips. The water is directed outwards. On this plant, the leaves pass the water straight down. The water gets funneled by the leaves down the stem. So let's take a look at this one. Have you ever been outside when it was raining and stood under one of these trees? The arrangement of the leaves directs the water out towards the roots. The leaves are so plentiful that they direct the water out. The leaves themselves on this plant are not very large, and they're not large enough to direct the water individually. They have to work together to direct the water out. So here, the shape of the leaves directs the water out into the roots. And we see the same thing on this plant on the right. The leaves direct the water out to the roots. One of the really interesting things about plants and trees is that you can kind of tell where their roots are based on how far out their leaves go and in what direction their leaves point, in what direction the leaves funnel water when it rains. So this is why even if we watered a plant from the top, the roots are still able to get the water because the leaves help direct the water down to the roots. The leaves and the roots work together. They collaborate. So your follow-up work is on Google Classroom, and I'll see you in our next lesson. Bye for now.